Hi guys, my name's Craig. Welcome to Small Farmer Life. Just finished cleaning out a couple of sheds and I'm a bit knackered, so to speak. But today I want to talk to you guys about people who bring you down, tell you can't do something, and what I call dream crushers. Now, I'm also going to tell you a little bit about where I come from. Now, I come from what you call a council estate, and it was a rough council estate. I mean, probably 70% unemployment, probably a couple of families had a car on there, and I come from a single parent family. My dad died when I was 16 and my mum had 5 children. I was the youngest of those 5 children, and at about 13-year-old there was what you could call proper criminals living on our estate. Now, what you see is what you'll emulate. So you can think what you want of me, but these older lads sort of got hold of me and told me to do things that I wouldn't normally do. And if I had a father, because he was ill, so he couldn't work and he couldn't help me like be a man, show me how to be a man. And my mum was obviously busy trying to bring up all 5 kids on her own. So I had nobody to show me how to be a man or to go down the right path. So I did go off the rails, and I've been to prison 4 times now. Not for thieving or anything like that, but for fighting. And this isn't bullying people, this was for fighting people toe to toe how they wanted to fight. Now, I've tried to do lots of things throughout my life and I've started a few businesses. But every one of those businesses, there was always people telling me I couldn't do it. And who do I think I am? And these people had never got off the couch, never done anything in their lives. They just watched TV, claimed social security, and were just basically lazy bees, so to say. Don't want to swear on the channel, but that's what they were. And they told me that I would never amount to anything and that I should just give up now. Well, I didn't give up, and obviously after spending several times in prison, I thought, no, I can't keep going on like this. And when I got to about 29 years old, I turned my life around, and then I started little businesses. And one of my first businesses was a mail order company, and I was doing it from a bedroom, and it was software, things like games and how to learn Excel, that sort of thing. Well, that didn't go so well. Then I eventually started a designer clothes shop. I've got the sign on my log cabin over there, and it was called Reaction. People said, why do you call it Reaction? I said, well, you know, every action you take is you get an equal and opposite reaction. So the reaction, someone says it's nice, and that's the reaction. So the action was you bought the piece of clothing, and the reaction was when someone said it was a nice piece of clothing, whether they were lying or not, who knows. But anyway, if you let people tell you you can't do something, now remember, I had nothing, nobody gave me anything, but what I did have was the will to save up, and I started saving scrap metal, you name it. I done everything to get some money together, and bit by bit, if you save £50 a week, it's £2,500 a year. If you save £100 a week, it's £5,000 in a year. £200 a week, it's £10,000 in a year. So it doesn't take long to change your life. Now, they say it takes around about 2 years to change your life and 5 years to make it happen. So eventually, I started a business, property maintenance and landscaping. Now I'm ranked in the top 3 for my town, and I get paid big money for going out to do the jobs, and I say yes to everything as long as the person doesn't mention the cheapest possible, because then, well, that's not the customer for me. I'm chasing down the top high paying customers and the top clients, and they're out there, trust me. But you've got to turn up looking the part with all your reds, you know, on your clipboard, nice looking van, tools, all your logos on your shirts, that sort of thing. But people don't do and start businesses and live the dreams because people tell them that they can't do it, or who do they think they are, and how they know someone who failed. Well, people do fail, but it's what you do after that failure that counts. You can't change the past. I can't change what I did as a child and like in my 20s. I can't change that. All I can change is the path ahead of me. So I'd rather be walking the path ahead of me on my own than walking down the wrong path, following the herd in the wrong direction. Now, the richest place on the planet is in Dubai, it is in London, it is in New York. It's nowhere like that. It's the graveyard. Because the graveyard is full of dreams, never started, full of books, never written, full of businesses, never started and took off the ground because the people were told they couldn't do it. Inventions never invented. All because people out there will tell you you can't do it. Now, if a young lad who left school at 13-year-old with no education, no GCSEs, no body to show him what to do in life and where to go in life and that sort of thing, and basically was just a bad lad when I was younger, that's what I was, I'm not going to lie. If I can do this, then you can do this also. Because my spoon wasn't silver. It wasn't made of silver. My spoon was made of steel. And it was rusty as hell and bent all over the place. And it was me that straightened that spoon. It was me that polished that spoon. It was me that made that spoon shine. And if I'd have listened to all the naysayers, the dream crushers, the people out there who've never done anything, and they'll be your closest relatives, they'll be your best friends, they'll be family members, they're the ones who are going to tell you that you can't do something. Or who do you think you are? And you're best off getting a job. Well, in life you've got to take risks. Without risks, Edison would never have invented a light bulb. He tried 5,000 times. And when he was asked, what's it like to fail 5,000 times? He never said I failed 5,000 times. He just said, I found 5,000 ways how not to make a light bulb. So that's what you've got to look at, life. Yes, you might stumble. Yes, you might come up against a brick wall. Yes, there could be a fence in your way, but I can climb that fence. If that was a brick wall, I'd take a sledgehammer to it and I would pound that wall until I put a hole in and I'd go through the wall. And if I slipped over, I'd pick myself up and I'd make sure I kept going. Because failure is just a learning curve in life. That's all it is. You've never lived if you've never failed. When people look at millionaires and billionaires, they just see a rich person. What they don't see is all the failures that rich person has failed at becoming rich. Because they say that a family that, let's say the mother and father becomes rich, It'll be gone in 2-3 generations because the kids don't know what it's like to work hard. And Joe DiMaggio once said that in the big leagues there's no big hitters and that from rich families. You know why? Because they don't have the desire to get out from where they are. They don't have the desire to make it in the big leagues because you've got to be hungry for it. And if you're not hungry for it, then you're not going to get it, honestly. And I did not think in my 20s that I would have a small farm, I would have a top-ranked business with 5-star reviews across every platform. I didn't think I'd have that. I didn't think I'd have savings. I just didn't think I wouldn't be in debt because I'm debt-free. I own land, my own little farm. I've got a top-rated business in my town. I'm asked to do lots of jobs and it's me who refuses them jobs. But guys, dream crushers, and like I say, there will be your family members, there will be your close friends. You need to get them out of your life because if you don't, you'll never get to live that dream. If you want to live your dream of starting a small farm, you need to push away the naysayers. Get rid of all them people that are giving you bad vibes in your life and just go for it. And yes, you will stumble because everything takes time and nothing in life is ever easy. No matter what business you start, it's always going to be hard and you're going to be very lucky if the first business you start actually gets you to be rich. Now, I don't want to be rich. I've had plenty of money in the past and all that brings is a lot of people around you that want that money from you. So guys, don't let the dream crushers stop you from living your dream. You go out and start that small farm. You go out, get out of debt. I know it's scary sometimes when you want to leave the house or sell the house and move onto a piece of land and start a small farm, but like I say, if you don't take risks, you'll never get anywhere in life. Risks is what makes you, and when them risks pay off, there's nothing better and there's no better feeling in life. Now, I'm going to tell you a lot more about my life in upcoming videos, but that's just one little thing I wanted to share with you. So if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So don't let no one put you down, guys. And until next time, my name's Craig. You've been watching A Small Farmer Life. If you want to see more videos from marketing a small farm, permitted development rights and everything in between, then subscribe to the channel. You can do it, just hit that sub button and then hit the bell button. Until next time, guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching A Small Farmer Life. Take care of yourself and most of all, take care of the family. Bye for now. See ya.